How y'all doing? It's Rob Burnham, Material Preacher Man, R&B, and the Snurfs of Richard Land Comics. It's time to do another episode of movie reviews. It's time reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And what happens in this movie is basically the backstory of Rocket Raccoon. And we see flashbacks of his life when he's on the brink of death. Because in this movie, he winds up getting injured and Peter is trying to save him with the med pack, but it messes his heart up, because there's a certain code he needs to be able to restart his heart or be able to work on his heart any way possible to even try to save him. So they have to find this code, and the way they go about doing this is they track down the High Evolutionary, and they track him down to Counter Earth, which is the Earth the High Evolutionary has created to become the new Earth, because he doesn't like how the universe is going. He's trying to make his own like societies and planets and all this other stuff, trying to be God pretty much. And what happens is he's messing up because there's a certain thing that Rocket has in his brain that the High Evolutionary's other creations need to be able to function on their own and not be like mass murderers or evil people. So he's trying to get this from Rocket, and the Guardians go, like I said, they go to Counter Earth, and they go after the High Evolutionary and one of his henchmen who has the code that Rocket needs to be able to restart his heart. And what happens is Peter and Groot's able to find this second in command to the High Evolutionary, get him off the ship, wind up killing him in their crash landing that they have, get the information out of his head that they need for Rocket and take him back to Rocket. And they put the information in Rocket, but it's going too slow. It needs to go faster. And the Rocket starts to pass away and starts to die. So Peter is freaking out. He's trying to resuscitate him by doing compressions to his chest, and it finally kicks in. And Rocket's able to come back too, and the code works. And they're able to get a med pack on him and save him. And then toward the end of the movie, they go up against the High Evolutionary. They're able to defeat him and save the children that the High Evolutionary has created and had captive. They save them, and then toward the end of the movie, the Guardians pretty much disband, and Rocket becomes the new captain of the Guardians of the Galaxy with a new team. Adam Warlock's also in this movie. He starts off as evil, but he becomes good. He's kind of slow. He's kind of special. But he becomes a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy toward the end of the movie. One of the little girls that they save becomes a member, Cosmo the dog. Excuse me. Becomes a member. And Kraglin officially becomes a member and all this other stuff. And Peter goes back to Earth to live with his grandfather. And Drax and Nebula pretty much rule over Nowhere and is helping raise these kids that they found. And other than that, that's all that really happened. My question for y'all is, now that there's a new Guardians of the Galaxy team, what's going to happen? As always, Rob Burnham, Material Preacher Man, R&B, Sun Knight, guys, TG's awesome. It's been an episode of Richard Lane Comics. See you next time.